What's up, guys? This is Corey here with Concert Crap. I'm here speaking with Matthew Saunders, and right now we are going to be talking about our 2016 so far. Guests, artists we've interviewed, shows we've seen. What was significant for you so far this year, Matt? Go.
Definitely The Neighborhood. Is a band I've been wanting to see for some time now, and just to be given the privilege to cover that event and just see them that close live. They put on a really good show, so I was definitely glad to finally caught The Neighborhood too, especially with them recently releasing Wiped Out. Definitely a good album. One of my favorites so far. Well, that came out in 2015, but from the band in general. So that's definitely a fun show. Also, on a more bittersweet note, definitely Man Overboard too. For those of you that didn't know, Man Overboard's the very prevalent pop punk band in the scene. But recently they decided to take like a small break. They said that they're gonna come back soon. When soon is, who knows? But it's just kind of bittersweet just to see a band that's grown and worked so hard over the years too, just to call it quits for right now. But they'll be back. But as far as doing the last tour, they definitely hit the nail on the head with this one. Went to Chain Reaction, which is a local venue here, 200 capacity. A lot of great shows have gone down in that venue too, and just to see like the band come full circle there, it was just definitely a good way to say goodbye for right now.
I went to quite a different show last week. I went to I would say a 20,000 person show. I was in Vegas. This is actually my first out of state show. I saw the Killers in their home city of Vegas. Amazing show. These guys, we eventually got right up to the rail. We waited all freaking day for these guys, but it was so worth it. They put on an amazing set. They brought out so many guests. They brought out who was it? Oh, Wayne Newton played before them. This guy's been around forever. That guy's got so much bling on his whole body. It's amazing. Like, things were shining in our face. That was just Wayne Newton, but you could just tell he was so happy to be there. The band was so happy to be there. They actually brought out also a Blue Man Group, which I thought was pretty amazing. They had like a drum off with the drummer Ronnie, I believe his name was. That was super cool moment. And then they brought out all the punches. They brought out like all the pyrotechnics, just anything that they could for the show. And I've seen them before live, but you can just tell all of them were just so happy to be there just in their home city. It was just such an amazing feeling just seeing that band in their home city. And if you guys haven't seen them, you definitely have to check them out live. I know they've been around forever. They've been around 10, 15 plus years, but they're just an amazing band to see live. Another show that I went to, they just recently got back together. She Wants Revenge. I saw those guys at the Fonda, but the Observatory show was so much better. That show was just, I feel like a complete 180, because honestly, I feel like LA fans are just, I don't know, something's up about them. We went to their first show back, and you could just tell the crowd wasn't as into it, and even the band, they were just trying to like get a feeling for being back, because that was like their first show back in, I think it was like 3 or 4 years, but they were on it, and so much better at the Observatory show. And we got the set list too from the lead singer too, which was super cool, and we were there at the rail for that show. Anything else that stood out for you in 2016?
As far as shows go, I believe,
doesn't have to be shows. Just anything else.
That's how I was gonna tie to this tangent too. I recently interviewed a band that I've liked for some time. Then they're definitely been making a name for themselves. They're called Abandoned by Bears. They're a pop punk / easycore band based out of Sweden, and they just recently announced that they signed to Victory Records, and they'll be coming here to the States this summer on the quote Guardians of Easycore tour. And I recently had the privilege to listen to their album in advance to review, and it's definitely a game changer too. I've talked with a lot of people in the scene too about how like the pop punk scene's kind of gone on like a plateau. Like everything's good and whatnot too, but there's like nothing like really like changing and nothing new. And I believe these guys, when they come to the States, they'll definitely shake things up too. So if you're watching this right now and you don't know the band Abandoned by Bears, you should definitely check them out. For fans of Day to Remember, Neck Deep, and 4 Year Strong.
For speaking of bands that are not from this country, there was another one. I got a press release a few weeks ago saying like, oh, hey, Corey, you should check this band out. They're similar to whoever it was that Concert Crap interviewed the Virginmarys. These guys are, I believe they're from the UK, and these guys, holy crap! The first song I heard, it was, I think they're like their latest single off their newest album, which comes out, I believe it's May 6th, because I was listening to it earlier. It's called Into Dust. The band, like I said, is the Virginmarys. These guys are just, they toured with Shinedown in the States here a couple weeks ago, and I unfortunately didn't get to see them live, but these guys are just, holy crap. They're really, if you like the Subways and them have like a really similar sound, and I feel like I heard the whole album today, like I got an advance copy, and it has somewhat of a Buck Cherry feel, which I feel like there's nothing wrong with it, but I know there's some people that don't really like Buck Cherry, but they have like that hard rock mentality and sound, but I really like it. I think they're really cool. I think that's something that you guys need to be listening to if you haven't already, and I'm hopefully getting an interview with them soon. I'm still in talks with that, but another band I actually did interview this year has been one of my favorite interviews thus far. I got to interview them in person before their set, Micah Relocate. Holy crap. These guys were just so down to earth and just so in sync with each other. It was just amazing. These guys, they were all like, you can tell they're like finely tuning their craft, and they're just getting to know each other even more every single day. And they were just amazing people. And I couldn't get enough of them. This was one of my favorite interviews. It went on way longer than I thought it was going to be, but I love when that happens because it makes you get to know them better as a person, and it makes you respect what they do that much more. So that was me in 2016. Let us know what you guys have loved about 2016. Let us know what you hated, any shows you've been to, any artists we should be listening to, anything you guys want us to cover. Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure you thumbs up the video and make sure you subscribe to Concert Crap. We'll see you guys next time.